Hello, everyone, and welcome to my buddy, Mr. English. This is day 10 of the 30-day English Shadowing Challenge. Today, we'll practice shadowing with a short story called Arriving Somewhere New. After each sentence, I'll explain useful vocabulary words or phrases, so you can learn while you practice speaking. Let's begin. First, listen carefully, then repeat after me when I speak. I'll stop for a short moment after each line, so you have time to repeat. Early one morning, I arrived in a city I had never visited before. Stepping out of the station, I was immediately struck by how unfamiliar everything felt. Now try shadowing me again. Early one morning, I arrived in a city I had never visited before. Stepping out of the station, I was immediately struck by how unfamiliar everything felt. Let's pull out useful words from that sentence. Immediately struck. It means something caught your attention right away or made a strong impression instantly. In simple words, you noticed it at once. We use immediately struck when talking about first impressions, something you see, hear, or feel that stands out the moment it happens. It's common in storytelling and descriptions. Unfamiliar. It means something is not known or not recognized by you. In simple words, it's new or unknown. We use unfamiliar when talking about places, people, situations, or things you haven't experienced before. It's very common in travel stories and new experiences. Let's go to the next sentence. The streets were laid out differently. The signs looked strange, and even the rhythm of the place felt new. At first, I moved cautiously, checking my map and surroundings every few minutes. Now try shadowing me again. The streets were laid out differently. The signs looked strange, and even the rhythm of the place felt new. At first, I moved cautiously, checking my map and surroundings every few minutes. Now, let's focus on phrases from that line. The rhythm of the place. It refers to the natural pace, movement, and feeling of a location. In simple words, it's how a place flows and feels over time. We use it when describing cities, neighborhoods, cafes, stations, or natural places. Especially when you notice how people move, sounds blend together, and life happens there. It's often used in storytelling and reflective descriptions. Moved cautiously. It means you moved carefully, paying attention to avoid danger or mistakes. In simple words, you did not rush. We use moved cautiously when someone feels unsure, nervous, or alert. For example, in an unfamiliar place or a risky situation. It's common in stories and descriptions. Let's continue with the next sentence. I didn't want to miss my way or overlook something important. As I walked farther from the station, curiosity slowly replaced uncertainty. Now try shadowing me again. I didn't want to miss my way or overlook something important. As I walked farther from the station, curiosity slowly replaced uncertainty. Let's quickly learn key words from that sentence. Overlook. It means to fail to notice something or to miss something important. In simple words, you don't see or realize it even though it's there. We use overlook when talking about mistakes, details, or things that were not noticed, often unintentionally. It's common in explanations, stories, and reflections. Curiosity. It means a strong desire to learn, know, or understand something. In simple words, it's the feeling that makes you want to ask questions or explore. We use curiosity when talking about interest in new things, places, ideas, or experiences. It's very common in learning, travel, and everyday life. Let's do the next sentence. Small cafes lined the streets, and the smell of fresh food drifted through the air. Locals passed by with confidence, clearly comfortable in a place that still felt confusing to me. Now try shadowing me again. Small cafes lined the streets, and the smell of fresh food drifted through the air. Locals passed by with confidence, clearly comfortable in a place that still felt confusing to me. Now here's key phrases you should remember. Drifted through the air. It means something moved slowly and lightly in the air without strong force or direction. In simple words, it floated gently. We use drifted through the air to describe sounds, smells, smoke, light, or small objects that move softly and naturally. It's very common in storytelling and descriptive writing. Passed by. It means something or someone moved past a place or person. In simple words, it went by and continued on. We use passed by when talking about people, vehicles, time, or moments that move past without stopping. It's common in everyday conversation and storytelling. Let's move on to the next line. I paused often, taking in the architecture, the sounds, and the changing atmosphere. By the afternoon, the city no longer felt overwhelming. Now try shadowing me again. I paused often, taking in the architecture, the sounds, and the changing atmosphere. By the afternoon, the city no longer felt overwhelming. Now, let's check the vocabularies. Taking in. It means noticing, observing, or absorbing something, especially with attention. In simple words, you carefully experience and understand what's around you. We use taking in when someone is looking, listening, or experiencing something deeply, such as a view, a moment, or new information. It's common in storytelling and reflective descriptions. By the afternoon. It means at some point before or during the afternoon, not later than that time. In simple words, it shows when something happened or was finished. We use by the afternoon to talk about timing, especially when something changes, finishes, or becomes clear before the afternoon ends. Let's move on to the next line. I had learned a few routes, recognized familiar corners, and started to feel more at ease. That first day reminded me that every new place feels strange at first, but with time, it begins to feel welcoming. Now try shadowing me again. I had learned a few routes, recognized familiar corners, and started to feel more at ease. That first day reminded me that every new place feels strange at first, but with time, it begins to feel welcoming. Here's the vocabularies you need to know. More at ease. It means you feel more relaxed, comfortable, or less worried than before. In simple words, you feel calmer and less tense. We use more at ease when talking about a change in feelings, especially after stress, uncertainty, or nervousness starts to fade. Welcoming. It means something or someone feels friendly, warm, and inviting. In simple words, it makes you feel comfortable and accepted. We use welcoming to describe people, places, or atmospheres that make others feel relaxed and happy to be there. It's common in travel, hospitality, and everyday descriptions. Great job today! You've reached day 10. Nice work staying consistent. If you want to keep improving your English, join this 30-day shadowing challenge and practice with me every day. If there's any vocabulary you don't understand, comment it below, and I'll help explain it. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in day 11.